Hi guys, Black is here. And listen, I was watching Daily Driven Exotic, and he was rear-ended by a guy driving a Challenger Hellcat. I and I looked at the video. He slowed the video down and he pointed out what was going on, because when you look at the video, you don't know what the hell is going on until he slows it down and explains to you. And it's a normal case of stupid ass drivers. Not him, but the people around him were stupid. Well, the person behind him anyway. He even said in his video that a Challenger won't stop like a McLaren or whatever you call it. And I've noticed that you have a lot of people out here who swear they can drive, and they can't. They have slow reflexes, and they don't know how to drive. All they know how to do is hit the brakes. If the brakes don't solve the problem, they don't know what to do. In the movie Top Gun, Tom Cruise made a point where he said that when you fly the airplane, you can't think. When you fly the airplane, you have to know. And the woman, his teacher or supervisor, whatever, had said something like, that's not a good idea when you fly in a multi-million-dollar airplane and you're not thinking. Basically, what he was trying to say, I understand. When I drive, I don't really think about what I'm doing. I just do it. I've been driving fast cars for so long that, it's not really a big deal. I just know what to do. But a lot of young people don't. A lot of people go out, buy these fast cars, and they really don't know. They don't have a lot of experience with them. Also, you have people who don't know the law. And knowing the law helps a whole lot. I know grown ass people, people in their 50s that don't know you're not supposed to cross a solid white line. And that's what the guy did in Hellcat. That wouldn't actually cause an accident. Him not paying attention. He hit the brakes too late. And, I would read, before I drove a Charger and a Challenger 396. Yes, I know they're not the same as a Hellcat, but they the same car, pretty much. The brakes, from my understanding, are supposed to be stronger on the Hellcat. Now, the point I'm trying to make is this. When I drove these 392s, I noticed that they didn't have the 6-piston brake. They just had 4-piston. But several times I went from 80 miles per hour up to 145 miles per hour and got on the brakes hard because I wanted to slow the car back down before I go around a curve or go over the hill or whatever. I didn't want to cop. I didn't want to run up on the cop. But the point I'm making is I didn't have a problem with these cars stopping from 145, from slowing down from 145 to 80 miles per hour. I did this at least 10 times. Never had brake fade or anything. But before I drove these cars, I read, and even after driving them, I read people who claim that they don't go around curves well, they don't stop well. And I'm thinking to myself, these people have never driven a Charger. They've just reading. They read. And I love that you can tell a person who have never driven a particular vehicle because they always talk about the negative stuff. Whenever I drive something, I can find a bunch of positive things about them, especially when it's a fast car. But again, some years ago, I had an 80 Toyota Corona. A Corona is like an old Camry. Before the Camry, there was a Corona. Anywho, I was being chased by a guy in a 5.0. It's like an 89 5.0. Now, I had little skinny tires. He got 225, 6-15, which was a hell of a tire back in 89. We come up on a particular curve. When I got up on the curve, I hit the brakes, and right before I went in the curve, I took my foot off the brake, and the car went around the curve. He stayed on the brake, locked it up, and slid damn into the guardrail, driving a 5.0. Now, he was behind me, so we was running the same speed. So why did I crash and he didn't? Because I just told you, I took my feet off the brake, went around the curve, he slammed on the brakes, slid into the guardrail. A lot of people just don't understand how a car works. There's been several times I've ran up into curves and I was going too fast. You know, I remember one time I was driving an older 6.3 Catalina. Yeah, I know it's old, but still. I come up on the curb too fast. I hit the brakes and I couldn't stop, but I had to go around the curve, so I took my feet off the brake and turned the damn wheel. The car went around the curve. It went wide and it damn near scraped the guardrail, but I didn't touch it. And I made it around that curve. But I see, you go in a lot of curves and you see where people just slid right off the road because they, instead of hitting the brakes, slowing the car down as much as you can, get off the brakes and go around the curve, they stay on the brake and they slide right off the road. I call it trading. You trade steering for brakes. As you turn, you ease off the brakes. A car can go around the curve a lot better when you ain't got your damn foot on the brakes. But a lot of people don't know that. No, but whatever, man. When I'm driving, I haven't driven a car in a large group of people in a while. But I remember I used to like to be either in front or in the very back because I don't like being in the middle. You just have ignorant ass people do stuff. When I'm riding motorcycles, I don't like to ride in large groups of motorcycles. I really don't like to ride with no more than about 4 or 5 people because I can keep an eye on them. You have people who would pass right by you. Why the hell would you pass right by another motorcycle at high speed? But people do it. People would change lanes and not look. I'm like, you know you're riding with somebody else. Why you not looking? But you have ignorant people that do stuff like that. That's why I don't like riding with groups. But, you know, whenever I hear somebody say that, Challengers, they don't stop well, I want to slap them because they know they lying. They stop finding me. You know, Jay Leno made a point about older American cars some years ago. He said that, yeah, they didn't stop well, but you had to be smart enough to know to stop early. And that's the thing. If you're driving something that's not stopping well and it's designed that way, you need to drive accordingly. And if you're driving a car with bad brakes, you need to get the damn brakes fixed. That's all I got to say on this subject. Trey, y'all have a good day.